Hello, hello. It's Amy from Seriously Sweet and Cookie Snack Attack. We had a slight change in our schedule this evening. Mimi was not able to be with us to do her tutorial. So I am filling in with a project that I had sitting on the side just to be ready, just in case. So let's say hi to a few people really quick. Hold on just 1 second. Hopefully the video played without catch tonight and it's been updated with everybody's picture. There's even a picture there of what Laura Perotti is going to do for us when she joined us in a few nights. So you can see that as well. Let's see. Let me get here. And I'm trying something new tonight with the tech. Instead of using, hey y'all. Instead of using an additional program to run my cameras, I'm trying to run everything through StreamYard tonight so that it's less on my computer, which should make your resolution higher. So we're going to see if there's any differences tonight. So please let me know if anything on your end seems different, whether it be the camera or the sound. I think we're in pretty good shape. All right, let's get rid of that. Looking good. Second camera looks good. Let's go say hello to a few people, and then we're going to jump right in and do this super easy ornament cookie. Well, wait a minute. Let's see. I thought I brought a sprinkle plate in here. Hold on. Did I set it down over here? Shoo. I did massive baking today. Got a lot done, running around like a crazy person, of course. Is this what we want to do? I think this is what we want to do. We need one more thing, guys. Hang tight. And then we're going to do comments and get started. Because you see, in my 3-foot Bermuda Triangle, I brought things in and have set them down, and now I don't see them. Oh. So weird. Huh. All right, you guys. I don't know what I did with it, but thank goodness I keep 2 of almost everything. What is that thing that I always tell you guys? 1 is good, 2 is great. If 2 is great, then 4. I can't remember what I've been telling you all. It was something my grandfather used to say all the time. 1 is good, 2 is great. If 2 is great, then 4 is better, something. I don't know. I'll have to look it up. I have all of his things written down. Isn't that funny? All right, so let's say hi to a few people. Hey, Debbie, how are you? Also, can you tell me if on your side of the screen is my talking lined up with my lips when I do my cameras this way? Hey, Julie, how in the world are you? Hello there, Camille. Oh, no, Julie, I'm sorry because I know you love choir. Hi, Myra, how are you? I hope you feel better, Jules. Lavelle, hello. Hello. Hello, Sabra. Hi, Patricia. Renee, it's good to see you here tonight. Hey, Kathy, how are you doing? Kathy, make sure you send me that info so I can forward it because I didn't see it come through yet. It might have, but my phone's on the charger. So if not, just make sure you send that. Hey, Nadine, how are you? Hi, Holly. Can't see me? You can't see me? Can everybody else see me? Christina, how are you? Hey, Robin, how are you doing? I'm spinning. What's spinning? Everything looks like full power, full stream on my side. So tell me what's happening, okay? Clear. It does look clearer, Julie? Okay, maybe it's because it's bigger. See, the good thing about this is watch this. Watch what's going to happen by running the cameras this way. I can do a split field like that. I can go this way to have 2 landscape. I can go this way, and then I can switch this over here so you can still see me over there, but have the big screen for this. Looks a little, we slide this back a little because that's making this look a little dark. I don't know, Myra. Just maybe go out and come back. Good now. Okay, good. Okay. Nadine says frozen. Hey. Lisa, you're in Florida? Driving home from Florida. We'll have to go back and watch a few that I missed. Well, I sure hope you enjoy them. Hey, Miss Pamela, how are you doing tonight? Barbara, hello in Idaho. I bet you have tons of snow already, don't you? Did we talk about that already? Hey, Trisha. Trisha, I can't say enough how much I appreciate you coordinating the Scribe event. Seriously, like, that tree is making me so happy. It is really just making me so happy. Okay, so I am in sync with the sound. Okay, because that's good. Because the first time I tried to run everything through StreamYard and my computer were not communicating. Oh, I need a headband. You're right. Hold on. I'll put a headband on. Hold on. I've got something here. I wore the Grinch yesterday, Kelly. I have snowman sitting here. Let's try this one tonight. I don't think I've worn this one yet. This is a very old Frosty. I don't know if it's going to work because I have to have the virtual background if I have the, there. Can you see it? At least once you can see it, and then you'll see this. You'll just see it in and out depending on where I'm leaning. So we'll put that one on for tonight. Hey, Whoopi Cindy, how in the world are you? Perfect. Okay. Hey, Karen, how are you? Perfect. Now, Facebook user, you may want to go out, find that StreamYard link and tell it who you are. Sabra. Hi, Sandy. Yeah, everyone wants you to feel better soon, Julie. Hi, Kathy. Okay. Can see you. Okay, thank you. Looking good. You know, I pulled a headband. I didn't put it on because it was heavy. So, let's see. Myra, are you still going in and back out? Tell me if you're back and you're good. It looks like everybody else is saying everything is good. Terry says fancy. That must be you must mean my top hat, right? So cute. It's an old one. Oldie but a goodie. Hello, Allison. It's good to see you here. Hope you're feeling better too. Hello, Southwest Michigan. If she doesn't wear a headband, well, look, it's not the headband. It's not the headband that keeps it all in. Hey, Kelly, I'm glad you like this one. Okay, so here's my cool looking hat, just because I have to have virtual background on because to run the cameras these way. Woo, almost spilled my popcorn. Sorry. Got to stay on track tonight, girls. All right, so Mimi couldn't be with us tonight, so I had something that I was holding in my back pocket. Not literally in my back pocket, it would be broken, but I had something I'm holding to do. It's 2 colors, so easy. Let's just flip on here, get the second camera up here so you guys can see it. I'm going to flip over to this side and I'm going to switch. You guys vote really quickly over in the comments. Do you want me to stay here like this so that you can see just this? Or do you want me to do it like this where I'm on the side where I'm little? You guys tell me. I'll do whatever you want because we're testing all this tonight. What's this one do? No, I don't like that one. We need to do this one. You want just Cookie and do you want this one? This is number 2 where I'm in it, or just go here. Just go here. That's okay. Vote for number 1, which is just the Cookie, or vote for number 2, which has the little side Amy. How's that? That one. You guys like this one? I'm seeing a lot of 2s in little Amy. And you like you on the side too. Okay. All right. Well, that's what we're going to do. So this, look, I'm going to say a bunch of stuff that's tongue in cheek tonight because there's stuff we're going to address about our group going forward in 2024, but I'm not making it part of this event. So if I say something tongue in cheek tonight, you guys just roll with it and don't put anything in the comments. Okay. That's all I'm going to say. This is a lovely 5-inch cookie that was part of a class I taught. Actually, it's almost 6 inches. It's 5 3/4. Okay. It's part of a set of cookie cutters that I purchased from overseas for a class when I did class boxes for you guys. I want to say maybe 2 years ago. I don't think it was last year. It might have been, but I don't think it was. So if you have any concerns about what these cutters are made of, then you should fully read the description before you purchase it. That is not on me for you to do or for me to tell you to do or not to do. That is completely on you. Read your descriptions. Okay? There's that. How's that? Is that all right? And the reason I love this ornament is for 2 reasons. If you have this cutter, pull it out and use it because it's phenomenal. Look at the shape of this cutter. If you hold it this way, you've got the old-timey top, and you can cut through here using your Dremel tool, or you can put a straw, paper straw in it when you're baking, or a toothpick, just something small, so you can run a wire or a fishing line through it later. But look, the reason that this became part of one of the classes is because when you flip it this way, this is a Christmas tree. Isn't that cool? And then it still looks pretty on the bottom, and you can still hang it. So the one ornament made this cookie, okay? It made this cookie, okay? And then you just lop this off before you bake, and it made that cookie. Or you turn it this way, lopped this off, used this as a tree that you could add on top of the ornament, or just got rid of it and had a traditional ornament. There's limitless things you can do with this one, okay? So I love the shape of this, okay? And I will leave it up to you whether you wish to use a cutter that is from overseas, because you're grown-ups. Okay, how's that? Is that good? All right, let's take the hat comment off. I know, because this cutter is fabulous, which is why I went ahead and did this cutter, because I couldn't get this cutter anywhere else. And it was before Allison was making cutters. And even if Allison had been making cutters, another tongue-in-cheek comment, listen up. If you take this cutter, even if it's from overseas, even if it's from somebody local, and you exactly copy it, even in kindergarten, you should have known that that's stealing. So for the people that were concerned about my year-long class and taking it because it has a no reproduction clause in it without permission, let me clear that up. I'm not saying that you can never reproduce the cookies that I teach you to make. I am simply saying to you they are original designs that I created and have sold. And if you want to create them in their exact fashion, then please give designer credit to Amy of Seriously Sweet and Cookie Snack Attack. If you change it up enough that it resembles what you learned in a class, but it's enough different that you can tell it was from my class, but you put your own spin on it, how hard is it to just say inspired by? That's not costing you anything, and it's keeping it legal. Reproducing classes, I have allowed people to exactly reproduce my classes with all of the materials that I have provided if they pay a commission. That's super simple too, and I'm happy to help you. I also, at Christmas time, are you hearing it? Are you hearing what I'm saying? Also at Christmas time, I have created many, many classes during fourth quarter and right before fourth quarter for fourth quarter use for you guys to exactly take them and duplicate it, and you don't have to say anything about any of that. You have my permission in the class listing and during the class videos to exactly reproduce some things, because I am always all about you guys. Okay? So let's not create controversy where there need not be any controversy. Let's try to remember that even at our age, stealing is stealing. Design theft is design theft. So even if I had wanted to do this cutter, but this cutter was already made and I saw it somewhere else, to take this exact cutter and have Allison reproduce it on a 3D printer would have been design theft. Are we good? Just give me some thumbs up over there in the comments that you understand what I'm saying. We don't need any other info. Just put it over there that you understand what I'm saying. And I also think, you guys, that of all the people that do the stuff that you can reproduce and do the stuff that's free, I am right up there in the top 5 people of giving you as much stuff as what you can possibly use, okay? But I'm not okay with people stealing. I'm never gonna condone that in this group, and, that's just one thing for tonight. Just one, okay? Just tell me you're cool over there. If you ever have any questions, don't start a controversy in the group chat or in the comments, because that doesn't meet our group standards and our group rules that we agreed to when we all joined the group. Message me and ask me a question. I will help you. I promise you I will help you. You may not always understand me. I will try to clarify. But it is very important that you guys understand that I am always all about the group. I am never going to be about one thing, okay? It is important to me that you guys learn and that you keep improving your cookie skills, okay? Skills, skills, okay? So there we have that. That is now off the table and off my chest. I've been holding on to that for about a week. I'm going to let it go now. Now, if at this point going forward you do any of those things that I just discussed, then that is all between you and God. I'm out of it. Also, please understand point number 2 for me this evening is you should never, ever make the mistake of, how do I want to word this? I want to be careful in case you make a video clip of it. Hold on. I want to think about how I want to say this so that I say it in the way that I can live with. Never mistake my kindness for weakness. Give me some thumbs up if you understand what I'm saying. I am not a weak person because I choose not to publicly correct people or humiliate them. I do that with grace to give people an opportunity to grow. Once I'm sure that they know what they're doing is actually wrong, then I will handle what needs to be handled. But do not make the mistake of taking my kindness as weakness. That's number 2 for tonight. And now it's gone. Can I let that go? Are you guys with me? Tell me you're with me, because I really don't want to offend anyone tonight. And I only see about 6 or 8 of you commenting, and there's a whole bunch more than you on the live stream. I also don't want to be the poster child for what is appropriate in the cookie community, because you are adults. You have to live with what you do, how you do it, how you represent yourself, how you represent this group, and you have to live with where you buy things, what you buy, and what you do with them. What you cannot do is downgrade things in our group. You cannot downgrade another vendor at the expense of promoting a vendor. Not okay. Please let it go. Please understand that there's only 2 things in my life that would land me in jail, and that is if anyone comes at my husband or my mother. Otherwise, all of you are going to have to put together your cookie money and come get me out of jail. Otherwise, we're all good. I'm going to take 20 minutes and probably throw a few things and say, why are people acting like this? And then I'm going to be fine. But please try to remember that I am taking care of an ill elderly parent. I don't need any controversy at 1 o'clock in the morning. Okay? Now, can I please do a beautiful cookie for you tonight? Because what I really want for you to do is to do what we said our mantra was at the beginning of the year. And I want you to take the next, what is it? We have 17 days left. Do we have 17 days? 17 or 18 days left in December. And I want you to try to fully embrace in those days what our original 2023 mantra was, which was embrace your imperfections. Okay? Embrace that in your cookies. Embrace what you are doing. Okay? Now, in 2024, it's going to be, for the men in our group, can you just channel a little estrogen and female energy? Because in 2024, it's going to be grow, girl, go. Okay? That is going to be 2024. But in order for that to happen, you're going to have to get out of your comfort boxes. Is that the right thing? Your comfort zones. You're going to have to step outside the little comfortable boxes, okay? You're going to have to stretch and you're going to have to try new things. And in order for me to help you do that, there's going to be things that make you uncomfortable, but they are not going to lead to debates in our group, because I'm trusting that as the group leader of the group that I set up and founded, of the group that has specific goals, that I have made it very clear that I'm the one that will give you the info, and then you will go make your decisions, okay? You cannot ever knock one thing for another or knock a person for another. And I certainly don't want to see any women being unkind to other women. I think we all have enough in our lives that we have to deal with, that we don't need to be dealing with that. Okay? Give me some thumbs up. I don't even know if I'm going to save this video tonight, so I hope that you were here to see it. Okay? If you have questions, you can message me, but not tonight. They're going to have to wait until tomorrow during business hours because I am tired. Are we good? Can we make a beautiful cookie and I can just be me? And by the way, Nadine, I have really for 3 days tried to figure out this whole Canada business on pronunciation and watch so many YouTube tutorials that you guys would laugh your hind ends off. So apparently in the dictionary, the breaks in syllables are CAN.A.DA for Canada, okay? But phonetic teaching is 3 syllables that break them up evenly. So it's a hard k at the beginning, and then a n, and then a duh, like duh. Okay, now look, if I started saying Canada, you guys would think I was making fun. So I'm just going to roll with how I say it. And I'm going to try really hard to do that nice little accent at the beginning, the Canada, because that's where it is. It's on the front and then it drops and then it goes higher. So it's really fun. And to my Canadian friends, I may just start saying Canadian friends and leave the Canada thing to the side, because my accent must just never, may never work with this. I don't know. I'm doing my best to practice. Okay. All right. I'm sorry you have to leave. Hope I haven't offended you. Hope you'll come back. Everyone is welcome. So I'm going to work on my Canadian friends, but we all know that when I say Canada, the way that I've said it for 55 years, actually 51 years. I'm 53 and I started talking like nonstop talking apparently at 2 years old, like right before I turned 2. So anyway, I'm just going to roll with how I say things and we're just going to go with that. And if you don't like it, it's okay. I'm not offended by it. I just think it's funny at this point. All right, cookie. Can we do the cookie this way? Are you okay with this? And I want you to go back. I know, but Linda, that's what it says on the phonetic pronunciation of difficult words to pronounce. Did you know it was in the top 100 or something of like difficult words for people to pronounce, Americans to pronounce, or global words to pronounce? So you guys know where you live. Like, I don't think you need me to say it properly, but if you do, I'll continue to work on it. Okay. So I'd like to do the cookie this way. I also want to show you that, do you see how the cookie is kind of bent? I forgot to check the cutter. And this is just like pro tip because I forgot to do it. And on a big cutter like this, you need to check the cutter before you start cutting your cookie dough, because on a big cutter like this, when it gets stored and there's this much room, like anything over 2.5 inches has a tendency to shift because we have too many cookie cutters. I have too many cookie cutters, just me. So just take a look at that. Okay. Look at how it is. And then decide. But what I would really like to do tonight, if it's okay with you, I want to do a really cool design here that I have been seeing. I don't think I'm going to do it exactly the same way because honestly, I don't think I can do it as complicated. But there's a really cool design that's floating around on Instagram that if I can get you somewhere near there. We're going to do the wet on wet technique. Okay. So that's not a design issue, but the way the young lady does her snowflake, if I were going to do it exactly 100% like hers, I would make sure that you had a link to her page. But I do want to do the wet on wet technique. We're going to do it partially like I did it in class. And then I'm going to show you some things that I learned. I don't know. It's been a while, but that are kind of like the wreath tricks, berry tricks, and icing this in a certain order and using embellishments so that you don't have to wait for things to set up, so that I don't have to pop up and down for the dehydrator. If that's okay with you, that's what we're going to do. So, and also do not start a debate tonight, please, because I personally am using this as a Christmas ornament that no one is eating. So I will be using my favorite Truly Mad Plastic TMP Gold. I do not start a debate at any point in this tonight, or I'll shut the video down, of toxic versus non-toxic. You all have enough information on that. We have schooled you enough over the last 3 years. You know what the deal is with that. So I'm going to use this. I love it. I'm not going to stop using it. And mine is just an ornament that is not being eaten. So when I get to this, you just keep everybody in line so that I can keep decorating. Okay. All right. Now I am going to do red as the background because I tested this the other day. And even though I'm going to do these icings in the same consistency, made the same day, same amount of water in them, meaning they're the same second icing. You know how we use seconds to count the icing? I found that when I did it in reverse order, where I did the white and then did the red, I just could not, I could not stop that little haze. It wasn't technically bleeding on the icing, but there was a haze. I couldn't get it as clear. Indonesian language, Ira, maybe you could teach me a few new words. Hey, Jessie Ann, I couldn't get it as clean on the design edges as I wanted. Okay. All right. So I'm going to start with my decorator pieces first, though. So one thing I want to show you is how cool it looks to put TMP over the sugar. It's a fantastic look, whether it's white or gold. And I thought I grabbed my diamond dust. Hold on. I need one more thing here. This is what happens when you clean up. And I've been cleaning up for 3 days because Debbie is coming to town this weekend. And we're going to do some stuff in the cookie room. Oh, here it is. I knew I moved it. I want to show you something because it's that time of year. I'm sorry. I want to give design credit, but I don't know who did it. So if you do, put a link and tell me who it is, but be sure you're crediting the right person so no one comes after me. Okay. So a person, it was 3 years ago at least. It was before COVID. It was like the Christmas before COVID. Somebody used a really thin flood and immediately hit it with the diamond dust. And because the flood was so water saturated, I guess it's heavier when there's more water in it, right? That makes sense to you. The more water you add to it, if you were to weigh it, the heavier it is because you added more to it. You get that, right? That's why people always sell you really moist fudge, because as it dries out, it weighs less, so they don't make as much money. Just letting you know, little trick there. Okay, so white diamond dust in that flood, in that thinner flood, it kind of sinks. So it gets this really, it just has a really cool look. So I'm going to show it to you. And then we will diamond dust the top later when we do this part, okay? Like I'll do it in stages for you. So let's start with our red. We're going to start at the bottom, or the top rather. We're going to do our gold so that this sets up. We're going to do the gold right on the red because we're going to paint it later when we get done. But I want to do it in 2 sections because this is such a cool cookie cutter that you might as well utilize everything separately. So we're just going to run down through here, make a design. If you don't like it, it's cool. Make your own. I'm okay with that. But I'm going to start right here. The other thing you could do here is use white icing. And you could let it set up and then you could go back and just paint it gold. But I want to do the sugar, so I need the layer of icing because I'm making an actual ornament for my tree, even though it's a cookie. I'm actually making an ornament for my tree. By the way, did you like the scribe tree? Has anybody made it? Debbie says she saw it on Instagram from my 2 cookies. That was a couple of days ago. Do you mean the snowflake, Debbie? Or do you mean the trick with the diamond dust? Because it might have even been Ed and Holly that did it. I don't know. It's been 3 years and I haven't done that trick in a while because I haven't used as much diamond dust on cookie sets like that. I tend to use it as a something I buff on top now. All right. We good? How we doing here? All right, so do you see how that gold looks when it's in the red? That's the first thing I want you to see, because sugars of different colors look different when they're placed on different base icings, okay? The snowflake is from a couple days ago, so can you go verify? It's not going to be the same snowflake, but there is someone doing snowflake cookies that are they're just beautiful, doing snowflakes on cookies, not snowflake cookies. Hope I said that right. So Debbie, make sure that's really the right place so that nobody starts tagging me tonight. All right, and thanks for letting me fill in for Mimi. Hopefully we'll get her back on here at another time. It won't be during the Christmas season though. And it doesn't look like we're going to have a spot to get Miss Tammy on, or that she's going to have the availability to get back on before Christmas. So if you have any questions about that design, that what she was going to do for you in the Christmas design, go back and watch the steps in the Halloween video and repeat for the Christmas video, and all the files are there for you. Okay. So we're going to leave this alone. Hopefully it's going to set up enough that we can do our TMP on it in a little bit. I think I probably should take a second. Hopefully I'm not going to break this, but I think I should go ahead and make the hole for my fishing line before I weaken the cookie by adding moisture to it. I'm just using my scribe. This is one of my gingerbread scribes from is this from our class box, guys, from a Gingy Christmas? I think this is the one I made for Gingy Christmas. So I just want to make sure that I have that hole, not breaking the cookie, supported on the back. Try not to do a blood draw when you do this, but I can feel that it's going right through there. By the way, I got to play with different cookie. Ouch. I got to play with different. That was a little too close. You know, normally I'd get this good and hard and just use my drill, my stainless steel drill bit with it, but we're not doing that on camera tonight. Too much could go wrong. I don't know what I was about to tell you. Anyway, let's leave that like it is. Let's come down to the bottom. Do you guys want to do this mix set? This little set? You like those? Yeah. I'm going to do these. You're brave or silly. One or the other, Julie. I'll go with either one tonight. I think I'd like to do it around the edge of this bottom part and then flood in the center. Would you guys like to see what that looks like? So when you're recreating yours. And by the way, this is about 5 3/4 inches long and about 3.5 inches wide. So if you find it on Amazon, if anybody finds it, send me the link and I'll post it for you. And by the way, it is part of Facebook standards and community guidelines that you disclose when you do affiliates. So not ever am I asking anyone if something is an affiliate link to start any issues. I'm asking because I have to ask, because I'm never going to put the group at risk. Okay, so if that comes up, that's all that is. Please don't read more into that than what is there. It's just part of the community standards and guidelines, and I'm not going to risk all the work that I've put into this group and into all of your lives over not disclosing something because I didn't ask, okay? So just take a deep breath. All right, now I didn't mean to do this. Well, really, Renee, I should have done it when I baked it, but I forgot to do it. That's when I would normally do it. Or if I was doing an ornament cookie for sure, and I knew that ahead of time because I wasn't sure if I was going to do this or the elf or the, what was the other thing I baked? A water globe. I wasn't sure which of the three I was going to land on tonight because I just wasn't sure what I was feeling up to. I would have done that ahead of time. Now, I usually, when I want the small ones to come out of here, I normally turn this over, make sure the lid's on tight so you don't have a disaster. Turn it over, give it a good shake. Gently roll it back. What that does is the big ones tend to come to the top. Mostly the smaller ones will be at the bottom. It's not a perfect system, but it does work. Then I'm going to pour these out. I'm going to completely cover this. I should do this, though, because I want to put these back. I don't want to waste all these. All right. That would be pretty, by the way, to just do the whole bottom in this, but that's just too much. That's too much for me in order to show you all the techniques I want to show you on this one cookie. So normally I would do this before. That's where we were going, I think. I would put the hole in before, and normally I would have added dough up here a little bit more, made a little bit bigger circle, and I would have baked it with a toothpick or a bamboo skewer. My favorite thing to use is the butt end of a bamboo skewer, not the pointy end. And I would have put that in and just let it bake like that. So I had a perfect hole. And also because putting that piece of wood in there, it becomes a conductor of heat. So you get a really solid center part, you know, to go around your fishing line or bow or whatever you're going to run through there. But listen, if you do this cookie or a cookie like this and you go back and you want to put it on your tree, I am going to encourage you to go back and watch Becky's video that she just did recently with the UV resin. And I would completely encourage you to seal these and keep them separate from your regular ornaments. Try to store them in an area that doesn't intentionally put them at risk with high humidity or something like that. And I would do that UV resin because it's going to preserve the candy a little clearer, and because over time it's not going to yellow as fast. Okay. Now, Julie, I hope that helps. It doesn't work all the time. If your jar's too full, you're going to have to pour some out. And also, you know, that little bit of talking I just did, I technically was stalling to give them a minute to set so that I could take my fingers and go back, because I'm making an ornament, guys. I'm not plowing through store cookies or cookies that are for pickup. I'd be going way faster, right? I'm just stalling for time to let it set up just a little bit more. All right, I think I am going to leave this, though. We'll see. I think I like that. Do you guys like that being closed off right there? And I'm going to tighten this up. I'm going to take the extra ones off. I'm just going to use my fingers and kind of pinch this into different areas. I like the mixture. One of the reasons I like this mix, and I did see your comment, I'm going to show you the label in just a second, but one of the reasons I liked this mix is because of the graduated sizes of beads. You see them? They're very pretty. It's got a nice mixture of color. It's a graduated set of beads. So it looks like it's on an evergreen wreath. I mean, you really could do a lot with this, especially if you do gingerbread stuff, okay? All right. Let's put this here because I don't think we need this plate anymore. So you see, I'm just using a paper plate. I'm returning it right back to the container so there's no waste. You know, you don't have to do that. It's what I do. I never try to make you guys do exactly what I do. I just try to show you what I do because I've done it so long. Oh, did I say that out loud? Yes, I do have 20 years of experience in this industry. I didn't just show up, okay? Thank you for that. All right. Let's tighten this up because I want it to look really cute and I want it to have sharp lines. If you don't care, then just keep moving. It's okay. All right. I like that. Do you guys like that? Can you see it well? Everybody good? Okay. So now I think what I should do, if I'm not mistaken, whoever did the flooding, did the diamond dust in the loose flood, did it in a color because it showed up better. So I'm going to do that. I'm kind of tempted to like fill that with white, but because of what we're doing up top, but I'm going to do it in red because I want you to see this diamond dust. Okay. All right. Now this is set. I don't like where that is. That could push off of there too easily. Let's just pull that back up. I also ended up making a barrier, a nice barrier here. By the way, it's very weird to be on by myself tonight. Oh, yes. I'm sorry, you guys. Here. So these came from this. Is it showing up in the right order, or is my camera flipped? Because on my screen, it's not reading properly. It's okay, Lisa. I'm good. I'm gonna handle it just a little bit at a time, because I am never gonna stop creating art. That's all there is to it. It's gonna be okay. On your side of the screen, it's okay, because for me, when I look down and read it, it's right, but on my screen, it's backwards. It's correct. Okay, cool. Let's roll with that then. All right, so this was it was not in the regular baking aisle, and it was not with the Christmas baking supplies. This was in like the center aisle, outside of where the baking aisle is over in grocery, and it was from Walmart. It's not the only place you can get these. There's lots of sprinkle companies out there that sell these. So do I hate all of those sprinkle companies because I bought the Walmart sprinkles? No, I do not. This is just the easiest place for you guys to get stuff for the purposes of our group, which is learning about sugar cookies. So please buy the other sprinkles if you want to buy the other sprinkles. And please know that I don't hate the other companies or dislike the other companies or have anything ill will to say about companies that sell sprinkles like this. I just bought these because it would be easier for you to get them. Okay? That's it. There is no nefariousness to why I bought these sprinkles. It is Walmart. It's great value. Okay, we good? Now let's get moving. Let's fill this in here. I am going to flood, and then we're going to hit this with diamond dust. Now, the reason it doesn't matter to me that I have my outside on and I'm going to hit it with the diamond dust is because they're already sparkly. They already have mica in them, which is what makes it sparkle. So I don't care if they get more dust on them. They also have edible glitter on them. Now, I'm going to say one more time, because when you go read it, somebody might freak out. Okay, these nowhere on them that I could find said decoration only. Okay, and they've got the nutrition information on here. So I can't help you with any of that mess either. Okay, so we'll just forget that for right now, because I can't answer that question. It's not on there. They're not marked decoration only. Sometimes Walmart does put out sprinkles that say decoration only. You have to read your labels. You have to be responsible humans. All right, now this is my diamond dust, and my diamond dust says 100% edible food coloring made in USA. It's white diamond dust. Okay, good? Everybody good? You see, mica, titanium dioxide. That's the ingredients that are in here. Okay? Okay. Listen, I can be friends with just about anybody, but nobody better be slamming my diamond dust. That is not going to work for me. I am a glitter girl all the way. What's our mantra going to be for 2024? Grow, girl, go. You got it? Okay. Now here we go. Let me lift it. I want you to see it. Do you see that? So when it's that looser flood, the diamond dust sinks into it a little bit. And when it sinks, it dries. It looks just like this when it dries. And if you seal it with resin, it's still going to look just like this. Do you see what I'm talking about? I know glitter is my favorite color too, Cindy. Look at that. Now, if you were to turn the ornament this way, just look at what that would look like. Now, my experience, you test it yourself, because I'm not responsible for you. My experience is that when you soak it with that much diamond dust, it doesn't change the texture when you're eating it. It doesn't create grit. It doesn't do anything weird to your food to have that glitter on it, okay? Now, my camera, I think, is doing a pretty good job of showing this exactly like it is. Let me see if I can turn that. Right? So that is another use of diamond dust that perhaps you have not seen before, but it only does that when the flood is a little loose. Okay? When the flood's a little loose, it sinks in. So Nadine, Nadine is asking, how do you get the diamond dust to come out properly? I constantly have to shake it. Okay, so do you see my container's not totally full? These little pumps are fantastic, but for me, my opinion only, not speaking for the company or anyone else, they don't work as well for me if they're more than 3/4 full. So for instance, do you see like that? This one's down to about half because I've been using it pretty regular, but if it's too full, it won't pump. It doesn't get the air. It doesn't shoot out in the same kind of burst. Cool. All right. Now I am not, I'm just going to put red icing up here, and because we're going to paint it gold, but I want it to have a different texture when we paint this gold, because all that red's going to disappear when we paint the gold. Okay. Now, is everybody excited that we still have several nights of our event left? Like we have, and did you just not love to pieces Timbo's mini class? It was pretty amazing that he spent that much time with us, and that was all free, you guys. I thought just everybody give him a shout out or a like or a follow or whatever. That was like real solid of him. So tomorrow night we have Laura Parati. She's doing 2 cookies for us, and they're really, really cute. And they were in the video tonight, so you can go back and watch that. Then we've got Samantha Bogman coming on Friday night. I cannot wait to see her make that piece because it's a fireplace piece. Then Donna Rohrbaugh is going to be on with us, and she is gingerbread. Now, Elisa Timbo's is available for replay, okay? Lizelle is coming on. Lizelle Powell will be our closer on that Saturday, and then we'll just have our normal Tuesdays going to the end of the month, okay? And I have several Christmassy things to do, and we might even hit, like, if it snows, we're hitting snowflakes. I'm just telling you, I already baked them, like they're ready to go. Also, by the weekend, I should have all the rest of the inexpensive December classes that I promised you guys posted. And depending on what goes on around here, it has nothing to do with you guys or the group, but depending on what goes on around here, I may have to make all of those, like all of them recording with the potential bonus of doing something live. All right. Can you guys see that okay? Because this is, at this point in my mind, I'm going to paint all of this, not just that part. Now we're going to do the really pretty part that I saw on Instagram. And Debbie, were you able to verify? Julie, you had food poisoning too? Allison has food poisoning. Now you're in totally different states, but I feel bad for both of you. So I hope you're feeling better too. I hope he was serious about sending you those Grinch cookies as well. That would be awesome, especially since I've got this color it yourself Grinch wrapping paper waiting on you here. I have been rewatching them even though I was there for them. Isn't that silly? I was there live soaking in every second as the host, but yeah, I'm rewatching them anyway because there was stuff I was like, I want to see how we did that again. I kind of want to make it a core memory so that it comes to me if I ever need it in the future. Okay. All right, so here we go. You ready? All right, so quick review. We're going to give people grace to grow, right? Let me rephrase that. You don't have to, but I do. You don't have to. I hope you will. I think I'm pretty honest and open with you guys all the time that there's not just one way to do things. And I don't ever want you to just do something the way I'm doing it because it's the way I did it. Like, I hope you guys take me seriously about that because I mean it. Now, guys, what I'm doing right now is I'm just leaving this cut to about a piping tip 2 opening. I also really like everybody in our group, but I don't have to agree with everyone all the time. And you don't either. And that is also part of being an adult. Now, what I'm doing is just carefully building up a nice outside wall because I'm using one consistency of flood and outline. All right, I'm going to let that sit. We're going to do our gold painting because when we come back to do, Julie, you're miserable. Wait, you took 10. Yes, it was so good. Hey, Rochelle, glad you got here. I'm so sorry. Was that after your performance? I hope she does join the group. We've had a lot of people joining the group lately, and I hope that everybody finds a nice home. Thank you for inviting people too. So I'm going to let that sit for a second because I'm using one consistency. If I had made a separate outline and a separate flood, I would keep going. But I'm going to leave this just like it is at the moment. And I'm going to use the time to just go do this gold. And I'm going to have to do it on here because this definitely isn't set up enough. So I'm just going to do this. All right. Now I'm in the middle of moving and condensing places. So somewhere I have a baby jelly jar, a little jam jar that I got at my first cookie con when Allison and I were having breakfast somewhere. They gave us these itty bitty jars. So I had the jelly out of it and then I took it back to the room and cleaned the jar because I don't like to waste product. So this I'm going to have to throw out. So I'm going to be doing a very small amount of gold because I don't need that much gold. Okay. And this is my non-toxic. Oh, Nadine, thank you for giving our info out at the mall. Hopefully we'll get some more people on with us. This is my non-toxic TMP. Now, I don't keep that lid, but you guys can. I'm just going to tap a little bit. I don't need that much, just a little bit. Okay. I need just a little bit. And I'm going to use my Everclear, and I'm still using up my Virginia Everclear because when Allison and I drove, because I was teaching, then just getting a little bit out with a pipette, nothing major going on here, and drop a little bit in. When Allison and I drove to Florida, because I was teaching in CookieCon in Orlando, we stopped in South Carolina and we bought, what did we buy, Allison? Is it 190 or 191? I don't know. We bought something. We bought the other version. So with this highlighter, which is metallic, okay, I'm just going to dissolve it in that Everclear. I want to get it to a certain consistency. I don't want it to be too runny. Again, this is not being consumed by anyone. This is my ornament for my tree for this year. I try to add a cookie ornament each year. So I just luckily got this just right. It's just exactly the way I want it. But if it wasn't, I would just sit here and play with it until some of that Everclear evaporated. And I'm using a disposable nail brush. Okay. So this will just get tossed later. I don't have to worry about it. I'm just going to dab this because this is so fresh. I'm just dabbing it sideways on top of that sugar, which is on top of the red. But do you see how pretty that looks? You probably can't see it yet. Let's zoom in. Let's zoom in so you can see it as I do it. Do you see what great texture it gives it? It's like ice crystals, only now they're gold. Who doesn't like gold bling? Do you see the difference in what has that on it and what doesn't? Can you think of places that you could use this? And again, I'm only dabbing it because it's so fresh. I don't want to knock my sugar down because my sugar is my support to give me that cool reflective texture by using this metallic highlighter. Okay. All right, I'm getting rid of that because I love this stuff and I'll be tempted. I'll be so tempted to use that again if I don't just put that to the side. Now I'm going to leave this because tomorrow I'm going to do a couple other decorator things and I'll just use this then and I'll rehydrate it with the Everclear. Yes, you can also use vodka. Please check your metallic highlighters when you add something other than the Everclear that I'm demoing it in, because some of your colors, your powder colors, your gel colors, your metallic highlighters, some of those things react differently to high proof vodka and Everclear. They like the base colors react differently. So you get a different color, which if you know that, works to your advantage because you can plan for it. For instance, there's this one, I can't remember what it is right now. I'd have to get my notebook out, but there's this one Master Elite color that when you hydrate it with vodka, it has a blue black undertone, whereas if you hydrate it with Everclear, it's like black. So the blue undertone to the black is perfect for pirate cookies and pirate classes. Okay. All right. So you can see that. You see it looks really good. Now let's see if we can make a reasonable snowflake. Are you with me? I'm not doing the exact one that was online, but I am doing something that's close enough that I feel I need to direct your attention to that page. So Debbie went and verified, I think. Thank you, Sally. I appreciate that. Yeah, just a light crust. All right, now I opened the bag up to about a 4-point piping tip opening, and now I'm going to flood because I've let my outer ring set enough. Now, if I weren't here with you, I'd be doing like 10 of these at a time, 12 of these at a time, a whole dehydrator tray at a time. So I would have just, by the time I got back to the next cookie, I could have gone, by the time I got to the end of the tray of cookies, I could have come right back to the first one, but I'm just doing one cookie for the video tonight. So that's why I'm moving, talking about different things as we're going. Okay. I feel like I should have Christmas music playing, but as soon as I have Christmas music on, I'll get flagged. If it's not set up in one of those licensed video things I'm doing, then you get flagged. But I'd really like to have it playing. All right, now I'm just giving this a jiggle to settle it down, make sure. I'm only making sure at this point, you guys, that it's not running off the cookie, okay? Now, earlier today, someone was talking to me about red. How did I get that red I used in something I did recently? How'd I get it red, Christmas red? So I learned a trick from Tammy at 2T Stencils, which she has talked about on here. So do not come for me tonight that I am not giving proper credit for something, okay? Tammy at 2T Stencil taught me this great trick when you're doing a full batch of icing that you can sub out some of the water that you put in your royal icing for airbrush color and just mix it, and it immediately goes to the color you need. So for anybody that goes on Food Network and you compete and you go right to these colors, and it's because you learned something here from me that I learned from Tammy, just know that you won because Tammy is a giving and sharing person. Okay, because people don't have to share this stuff. I'm all open source. I want you to learn everything you can learn. And you guys, no one's ever asked me why I'm so pro or open source. Does anyone want to know why I'm so pro open source? There's a story if you want to hear it. I'm hoping I'm cracking you up. I'm trying to keep it light and lively and yet get the point across because we're going into 2024 hot and heavy, and we're gonna have a good time. And I'm not going to be the dorm mom and the police person in our group. I'm also sorry for everyone who thinks that you're going to complain and then I'm immediately going to do what you want me to do. Not doing it. It doesn't happen that way. I don't roll that way. Okay. Yes, Tammy is fantastic. Okay, now I have to think for 1 minute about how I did this the other day. Okay, I'm going to go this way. I'm going to start with my original snowflake and then come back, okay, and do the cool thing I wanted to show you. Now, I like doing 2 lines. If your icing's too runny, don't do 2 lines, but I like 2. I like how it looks. This is cut to, if anybody's asking, because I can't look up right now or my lines won't be straight, and snowflakes are crystals, so they should be relatively straight. I mean, obviously we're embracing imperfections, but I'm just saying they should be as close to uniform as you can. Okay, right here. So did y'all say if you wanted to hear the story or not? Story time, sure. Okay, well, I'll tell you the story. Can I tell you the story? Just don't get mad at me if I tell you the story. It's a true story. So I'm in a small town, running my bakery, I'm minding my own business. I'm working from about 2 in the morning until 10 o'clock at night, 6 days a week, going to church on Sunday, doing all the stuff I can do for that. You could stop right here, by the way. The snowflake looks pretty cool. Not sorry. So, Myra, I love you. Minding my own business, working a ton of hours, and all of a sudden, my cake designs start showing up all over town. My designs, my original designs. So apparently my cakes were less expensive than other people's cakes, which I didn't realize and did not do on purpose. And it wasn't a lot of money, like maybe 10 bucks. Like we're not talking a huge amount of money here, okay? And I'm always really good to my young moms. Like I'm always really good to them. That's all I'm going to say about that. Now I may be doing something totally different than that other one, but I really like how this snowflake looks. So I'm going to do a couple of things really quick and then we'll come back and do the other. Okay. Anyway, so I'm minding my own business. I'm making my own stuff. I'm working a ton of hours. I've got my head down to the grindstone. I'm working. I'm going forward. I'm doing my own thing. And then I look up on Facebook on Sunday, and there is a design that I did for a customer that ghosted me. I guess she forgot she was connected to me on our personal page. And I see my design. I wait till Monday. I message this person. I'm like, hey, I see that you had someone else make your cake, which is fine, but it's totally uncool that you used my design. She said, oh, well, my sister-in-law saw it and said she could do it. And I said, yep, still not cool that you used my design. That was my design that I sketched and drew up for you. So now I'm going to need you to come by the store and I'm going to need you to pay for the design. I had no intention of making her pay for the design, but I wanted her to understand that she stole from me. Okay. Well, then they thought it was a little bit funny that they did this. So someone else came in, wanted me to do a design. I did take a deposit because I had learned my lesson. Came in, wanted me to do a design for them. Same thing. I see it show up on Facebook in one of the local groups, and it's my exact cake design. And I said, okay, well, I got two choices here. I can like start losing sleep over this, get really mad. You guys, I'm not doing the design I saw because I really like this. So check out the other one because it is really pretty, but I'm really liking how my icing is cooperating tonight. So anyway, I said, okay, well, I can get like really burnt up over this, lose sleep over this, get mad at these people, whatever. But you know what? At the end of the day, they know what they did is wrong. They don't need me to tell them. They know. They stole. They know they stole. So then I decided, well, I do have another option. If they're going to keep ripping me off, I can go fully open source. So I literally started getting online and showing all the cake decorators in the area, like, just come watch the video. Here's how you do this, and started teaching them all this stuff for free so that they weren't ripping each other off. Now, I don't know how many of them used anything, but that's when I became very pro open source, because I believe that even though I showed you how to do this design tonight, everybody has a different skill level. Everybody likes different colors. Everybody likes different snowflakes, you know? And all your designs are going to look slightly different, and nobody decorates at exactly the same level, which is also why I'm very against using somebody else's photos to sell your work. if you are taking a class from somebody and you're using their photos to represent that as your work and you're not capable of doing that amount of work, then you just cheated those customers. But that is for another day as well. Let's come over here. You want to do some more on the snowflake? Tell me to stop or keep going. And if I keep going, I'm going to add some like just a little further down the stem. But honestly, I really like this. And since it's my ornament for the year, I might just try to hold back right here. If you guys tell me you like it. So that's when I became very pro open source. I decided I wasn't going to allow them to steal. Does it look Scandinavian? Is that a thing? Really? You like it? I decided I was not going to let them steal from me. I was going to give it away. Then it couldn't be stealing, and then I wouldn't be mad about it. And then the cake orders started flying into my shop. So it may not have been the way someone else would have handled it, but it made me feel a lot better. Christina, I have no idea. I don't have any idea why the icing looks so good tonight. I just stirred it again before we started. I do think part of this whole thing, though, if you like to do the combined consistency icing like I do, I'll do the other design for you a different night for free, like on a tutorial Tuesday, but I'm going to leave this one alone because this is going to be the family ornament for the year. I think part of it is doing that double stack line and letting it set so that you can put plenty of red icing. Okay, so here I did actually have some drag. Let me show you. I had some drag on the bag. If I push too hard, you see how it's curling? I did have some, but then I just turned my bag and let that drop in and started pulling from there. So I did actually have a little bit. All right, Julie, I'm leaving it just like it is. And so, guys, that may not have been necessarily what everybody else would have done, but it was literally eating on me. And so I just wanted to let it go. So I decided that they could all have it for free. And I'll tell you, it was the best decision I made because I stayed fully booked 3 months out after that because everyone knew what was going on and they knew people had stolen and they weren't happy about it either. Julie, are you there? Should I add any of these on the snowflake? Like, should I put one gold one in the center to tie the top and bottom together, or do you like it? No, and sometimes it's, Christina, sometimes it's the way the tip of your bag is cut. Sometimes it's because you have a little smidge of undissolved powdered sugar in your icing maybe, but the more you work with it and try to work through it, you'll find out how to make the adjustments. Is Julie here? Do we want a bead in the center? What do you think? Bye, Charlotte. Merry Christmas. Thank you, Chelsea. You are in Japan, right? Do I have the right Chelsea Rose? You're in Japan. How's it going? Julie, bead or no bead in the center? Bead or no bead? Pearl bead. Rochelle says yes. Camille says yes. You want to see what it looks like? I can't fix it, though, if we don't like it, you guys. We're going to be stuck with it. Let's have some tweezers for this bad boy. I don't know where my pink tweezers are ever since I moved. Now, there's graduated or different. Nadine says no bead. Alyssa says yes. Yes, it's just the right amount of extra bling. All right, well, let's do it. And then I'm going to pick a larger one, not one of those itty bitty babies. You guys, that is pretty nice looking. You're in Japan. You're not ready. You celebrate in 2 days. Oh my gosh. Well, I hope it all goes well for you. I really do. What do you think? Do we like it? Nadine caved and went with the group. Holly said no. Holly, do you like it though? I kind of like it. All right. Can I pull it off this very carefully? Also, by the way, here's another tip. These big cookies, you need to have help me. Why can't I think of the word? The cake smoother. You need to have one of those. You need to have a spatula. You need to have something thin where you can slide under here and pull it off. Don't try to pick it up with your fingers while it's wet because inevitably that's right when you'll stick your finger in the icing. Okay, we doing good? Bench scraper. Yes, thank you. Could not think of that for nothing, but especially my favorite one is the one from Hobby Lobby. It has a pink handle and it's big. It's really big. I love that. So you guys like the red, gold, green together? When I do the next one, do you want it in the same colors? And let me see. I think this, where it looks like it has that like sinking, that's really just from the ring light. There's no dent there because it's perfect icing. Okay. Julie phone keeps correcting me. Okay. All right. Does anybody have any questions about the tutorial? Anything? Green shovel. What's Nadine? What do you mean? Oh, you want a shovel? Oh, Nadine, you're hilarious. Does anybody have any, when baking a larger cookie, should the oven be set lower? Okay, now Renee, I don't reduce it. As long as let me rephrase that. As long as my dough is the same thickness as normal, and as long as all the cookies are big cookies, I leave my temperature the same and I bake 2 to 3 minutes longer, but I start checking at my regular number of minutes. Like if I bake 16 minutes, I start checking at 16, but sometimes it takes to 18, sometimes it takes to 20, but I don't change the temperature. I do make sure that I have all the same size cookies. Oh, do you want me to do the same ornament again, Kathy? I can do that. I can do that. Do you want me to make a pair of these? I was going to go to a different ornament altogether, but I could make a tree at the top. Now, again, can I have my public service announcement disclosure? That's not the only way to do that. Other people do it differently. You just ask what I did, so I answered for myself, okay? And Priscilla says she does 3 to 5 minutes for the larger ones too. And I'm guessing that means she also does not adjust her temperature. Kathy, I was going to do another ornament cookie, a different shape. Is that what you meant? Oh, and you want blue and silver, Julie? Let's see. I have my royal blue made up for something else I was working on, and I have plenty of silver sugar and silver dragées, and I have TMP silver. Oh, Renee. Okay, so I'll find a picture for you guys because I haven't done it here, but right, no temp adjustment. Priscilla says same thing. She just does a little longer. But the key to that is making sure that all the cookies on that cookie sheet are roughly the same large size, as in don't try to bake little 1-inch cookies with 6-inch cookies, right? Like that's the real killer. And rotate the tray, especially if you're baking in a household oven. In a commercial oven, you don't have to, but in the household oven, you really need to rotate because that little bit extra, if you have a hot spot in your oven, your household oven, one corner gets hotter than another, then something's going to get dark. And if you didn't mean for it to get dark, then you're going to have to scrape the cookie. What were we talking about before we started talking about that though, guys? Oh, yes. So I made my postal carrier, my USPS guy in my previous hometown. I made him a big gingerbread man with the postal uniform on it. It was so cute. He loved it. So I need to do that for my new postman here if I get time. I did make it out of sugar cookie dough and not gingerbread though, because gingerbread kind of is an acquired taste. Julie doesn't adjust the temperature either. All right. Anybody have any questions? All right. If anybody has issue with anything that I needed to say as the group leader at the beginning of this video tonight, you are free to message me, but not until tomorrow. Okay. Now, tomorrow night, please show up for Laura Parati. She will be here at 7 p.m. She has 2 super cute cookies that are shown under her name at the beginning of this video, but please turn out for her again tomorrow. Please share the live streams. Let us know if you have questions. Can I zoom out any? I don't think it does. So I think I have to do this. You like that? Julie sets her timer for halfway and goes in and rotates. Now, if it's a really big cookie, I don't know if you guys do this or not, but I always rotate my trays in the household oven halfway through, just faithfully, halfway through. If it's a really big cookie, when my timer goes off, and I start doing that like 2-minute check, 2 minute, 2 minute, 1 minute, like that's how I check it. In the middle of the 2 minute, I usually rotate it again because there's such a fine line from when something starts to turn. There's such a fine line at the end of the baking that you really need to stay right there with it. I'm glad you enjoyed being here tonight, Camille. Thank you. And I love you guys. You're fantastic. I mean, just fantastic people. Just keep our group nice. Don't be mean to the instructors. Don't start stuff. You're going to Buc-ee's. 20 minutes from your 4th trip to Buc-ee's. I can't believe it. How fun is that? Are you in South Carolina? Is that where you are now? Because you said you were leaving Florida, and there were several in Florida, but between Florida and coming north, and you're coming north because you're going past me, I think the next one was South Carolina. Yes. Okay. Allison and I stopped there. Anything else? Anybody need anything? I know. Me too, Nadine. Me too. Me too. Me too. Yes. 13 by 7. I have to see it when you get it done, Renee. What are you going to do with it? Are you making it for somebody in particular? Jessie Ann, you're very welcome. Thank you for being an instructor. We loved everything that you did so much, so much this time. And I learned so much about all the different ways that you created those domes. I cannot wait to try it. And I wish that you were closer so we could have a dome play day. You too. Great barbecue sandwiches. BB barbecue. What's that G, Allison? No, Holly, there's a Buc-ee's gingerbread house. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? I must see it. And what are you doing with your gingerbread man that's that big? And did you get, is it a copper cutter or is it one of those copper colored? Ooh, let me see. Hold on. See, she said niece and nephew for Christmas, maybe. Oh, that's such a great idea. Allison meant BBQ. I thought so. I was like, what did we buy? I don't remember getting anything with the BBG. What is that? Oh. Yes. Okay. She sent it to me on Messenger. Now, Holly, you might have to text it to me because Messenger's been acting up for several of us in the group today to where it's had to be uninstalled and reinstalled because we're not getting our photos. So you might have to text it. So if the photo doesn't show up, I'm going to send you my phone number to text me. Okay. Thank you to all of the instructors that you guys have been fabulous. And I want to say a special thank you to Becky Norton, who helped me out and did 2 demos for us. Really appreciate you jumping in and doing the UV resin demo when you did it so that people could start preserving their gnome and florals. That was just absolutely fantastic. Like, just, it's super nice to be able to do things that are cookie related, but not cookie specific sometimes. I know, you too. Thank you guys. Okay. Thank you. I don't know, Becky, except that I know there was an update today because earlier when I was on here, I had to do a StreamYard update and then there was a minicam update, but then I was just like, I'm just going to try running the camera separate. So this worked out pretty well, and it seems very clear. Nobody's complained about sound or visual. So I feel like I'm going to try to run my camera separately. So tomorrow I will experiment with Laura when she's on and see if I can run my camera and run 2 cameras for her. Maybe we'll see what we can do. Oh, hey, look, Becky, I've loved it. My UV resin cookie pumpkin and squirrel butt is fully preserved. Good. That's fantastic. Okay, you guys, I'm going to go, and it's 8:30 already. I can't believe it. Allison, 12 gnomes. I can imagine a huge wall clock. Oh, Allison, why didn't we think of that? With the gnomes where the numbers would be. Why didn't we think of that sooner? Oh gosh, now I feel like we're going to have to go back and make mini gnomes because that would be one massive clock. Woohoo! HEB is a store you guys have that we don't have, but I'm so glad you were able to get that cutter. Myra's on Facebook. Okay, perfect. Myra went to YouTube because Facebook kept getting Circle of Death. Maybe they're doing updates again, you guys. I don't know. I just know that we had a pretty good tech night, right? That was all things considered pretty good tech night. All right. I hope you guys have a fabulous evening. Thank you for being part of Cookie Snack Attack. Thank you to the instructors that have already gone. Thank you to the ones that are coming. And I don't know. I think that's it for tonight. If you do need anything, try to keep it to tomorrow, okay? I know, Camille Mini Gnomes. Oh, can I show you something? There's still a good many of you on here, so no one's ditched yet. So can I show you something that a group member made me? I cannot believe that you made this for me. Like, so tickled. Tickled pink would be appropriate. So I won't read you the card, but the card is very cute, and it has a little white dog like my dogs. And it's from Kathy. Kathy Kogater, are you still on here? Tell me if you're still on here. You guys have to see this. You're not going to believe it. This is handmade. Are you guys ready? I'm going to put this up. Let me put this up on the, let me flip this. Are you still there? Yes, Kathy's here. So Kathy made this for me. I want to show this to you. I'm going to put this down. I don't think it's going to affect you guys. You won't be able to tell. Look at this. You're going to be so jealous, and I'm sorry about that, but I really want to give her a public shout out because this is so gorgeous. It's needlepoint, it's hand done, it's gnomes. The back is a beautiful, beautiful Christmas pattern, which I was actually thinking about making cookies like this. Look at this. Is this not stunning? Look at that. Is that amazing? Oh, let me see if I can, let me put it up against me and stand up a little. Isn't that beautiful? And oh my God. Okay. Look, this is not going up at Christmas time. This is going to stay out all year. So I don't know, but he's going to be somewhere fantastic. Isn't it perfect? And it's going to be like threat of death if anyone actually uses this cookie to put their head on it. I can tell you that because I know this is hours and hours of work. And thank you. Thank you for sending this to me. Thank you for valuing me to spend that much time on something. Like you got me all in the feels when this showed up, all in the feels. Kelly makes me cry when she sends me my headbands. I know he is so cute, right? Kelly gets me all in the feels when my headbands show up. This homemade present showed up and I was like, oh my God, I love it. I love it. Jessie Ann Riley, I want to give you a huge, huge shout out. I'm not going to say for what, for what, but I'm going to give you a huge shout out because I appreciate your support of our group so much that I don't even have words to tell you how you're just there when we need stuff. And you just really take care of things. And I appreciate all of you. Now, inevitably, I'm going to end up, okay, I'll let you guys decide because there's still a lot of you here that were here at the beginning. Should I leave this up tonight? Or should I take it down, trim off the group talk at the beginning, and then put it back up, which I can do tomorrow? You tell me. Did I do okay with what I needed to say? The ones of you that were here, I love this. Leave it up. Leave it up intact. Okay, I'll leave it up. I'll leave it up. All right, this is so sweet. Now, there's something sitting on my windowsill from Kelly. Kelly, you're killing me because it says don't open until December 24th. Yes, she did this. This is all needlepoint, Lavelle. Look at that. I just don't even, I can't even imagine the amount of hours that you put into this, and it is gorgeous. It's gorgeous. All right, so I'll leave it up. If I start getting complaints about it, I'm going to take it down. I don't like complaints. My rule in the group, whether you guys know it or not, is that once I've had 7 complaints about something or a big controversy starts or there's way too many comments popping up, I just take it down. Okay? Because it's not fair. It's fair is not the right word. It's just not right. That's not right. So, I can't do any more stress right now in my life than what I currently have. So when it becomes that, it has to just stop. However, I have to stop it. I have to stop it. So whether it takes a dump truck load of water or a helicopter dropping water or throwing someone in a swimming pool or using a fire extinguisher, it just has to stop, and I'll have to stop it however I stop it. Isn't this the most beautiful thing? I love it. Okay, I do. I really love it. And it almost smells like peppermint. Did you scent this? Because it kind of smells a little pepperminty. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait and open it on the 24th, but it's killing me. I look at it every day and I'm like, I wonder what's in there. I even did the field test on the package, but I can't tell. Renee, is your mom gonna be okay? I know, this is so, I mean, Kathy, how long did this take? This is insane. This is just beautiful. I really love it. Yes, always for you guys. You're always first, okay? All right, so I hope you like the ornament from tonight. Thank you for letting me just do one cookie for you tonight. That was a lot of fun. And thank you for the Christmas presents. Nadine said she sent me a box. I'm waiting on that to come. I'll do a box reveal when that shows up. I like to share those with you because Nadine always finds the coolest candy in Canada. I don't even know if I said it right. Oh, since late August, she's been working on it in her free time. Well, I couldn't appreciate it more. It's just gorgeous. And what a great pillow for this year to commemorate our year of gnomes. Like, you're really making me second guess whether we should have done celebrations or done another year of different gnomes. And so I'm thinking about something. Don't get rid of your gnome cookie cutters, girls. I'm thinking about a way to work those cutters in so you can use them again. Okay. All right, you guys. It's time to bolt. So you guys have a fantastic evening. I appreciate you so much. See you tomorrow night. Tune in for Laura. We do not have a daytime tomorrow, so you're good. Just show up at 7. Wait, Christina, what did you say? Oh, I'm so glad. I am so glad. I am so glad. Yeah, Rochelle, what do you need? What kind of prayer request? There's a lot of people still on here, so just tell me what it is. Kathy, thank you again. I absolutely adore this. Jessie Ann Riley, thank you again for what you did today. Thank you. I appreciate that. I don't have words for that. You just always seem to come through right when I need something. So thank you. I appreciate that. Anything I can do to keep our live streams rolling ahead is like super important to me right now because it just keeps me grounded with you all. What's the wait, 14-year-old, my friend's grandson may lose his leg to cancer. Okay, well, we'll pray. Let's pray. And you're going to be at Bible study, so you'll watch the replay. Okay. Well, you guys, if you have questions tomorrow, not tonight, don't start anything tonight. Okay. Tomorrow we can have calm discussions after people have slept, and we will pray. Absolutely. Anybody that can pray. And actually, Rochelle, why don't you put a prayer request up in the Cookie Snack Attack group so people can stay in touch with you that way? Okay. Can you do that? Put that up, specifically what it is. Don't put names, though. I don't want to be responsible for people dropping names in the group for people that aren't in the group. Okay. Just put what you just did. Just put a post up and I'll prove it in a little bit. Okay, you guys, it was great being here with you. I appreciate all of you so much. I hope you liked the cookie we did tonight. Becky, if you're still here, I am going to attempt to use my preservation kit when this is totally dry and preserve it. And then, we'll see how I did. Okay. We will see how I did. Your instructions were good, so I think I can do it. All right. I'll catch up with you later. You guys have a fabulous night. See you tomorrow. Bye.